Hello guys, so I have a reading for you today. I have a candle lit. It's been burning for a little bit already. It's tobacco and sweet hay, amazing. And I've got 2 incense burning. It's amber resin and this is Tibetan incense, ancient recipe Tibetan incense, so it's the glue shit. Yes, if you're interested in staying up to date with my stuff, then please check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I do most stuff on Instagram. I also do like readings on there as well, like just free public ones which are as like done as posts. So yeah, follow those things. And I also am making jewelry, so this necklace I've made is called Rot and Rise because it's got it like in wooden beads. And then I also resell stuff. I recommend them as stacks sometimes if you want to buy it in that way. But yeah, this is like a watch chain with an interesting pendant. Yes, sorry, I was just reading a message. Okay, cool, let's get started without further ado. And I will stop babbling about my shop and things like that, but I do just want you guys to know. So yeah, it's all like really supporting me, and that helps me like do what I want to do to help others. And yeah, all of this is you know, in the name of baby Jesus. So if we're gonna do that, baby Jesus, you know, all of the gods out there, Ganesh, Kali. I don't even think of specific deities because I don't follow anything in particular. I consider myself more of a chaos magician. I mean, I call it like scientific spiritualism because my understanding of all of it is based in logic rather than religion. So yeah, that's what we do. I'm just shuffling the cards for you. I got out all my decks and I'm like prepped. What have you guys been up to? I have a lot of energy today. I was in London for like, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, something like that, and it was very draining. Each time I go back, I live in Shrewsbury right now, but like each time I go back to London, I'm literally like, wow, it's like kind of mad, like pure madness. I do love the vibe sometimes, but like I just don't think I have that type of energy anymore. So we good out here. So I have a crystal selection for you. Let me just match them up. Okay, so yeah, I've got these 3. Well, let me present them one by one. Let's go with this guy first. This is amethyst and rutile. So rutile is the bits that kind of like go through it. Really do not know if you can see, but these crystals are mad beautiful. I think this is smoky citrine. So citrine's like, you kind of think it's yellow, but it's actually more of this color. The legit shit is like a bit dark. And here is the smoky quartz, I think. But these crystals are all like AAA grade, really amazing. Just look at them, like you can tell how stunning they are. But I sourced these from my babe, Serene Soul Crystals, and I shall continue doing so because her crystals are amazing. This is the first time I've properly like worked with them properly. Oops. And they're so clarifying. That is the main word that I like think of when I use these crystals. I saw some gems from her as well, and the gems are also like next level. I haven't used them as closely because they're more of like a different vibe. I've used more of the bigger ones which are like particularly helpful in healing and that sort of thing, so more in a practitioner's sense. but also really good for you if you're just like really into crystals. Of course, there's no discrimination here. So to pair with this one, I don't actually know what this is. I feel like it could be Amazonite, or like maybe rough malachite. But there's like interesting kind of like goldish fleck, like brassy flecks in there. So like I'm not quite sure what this is, but if someone knows, has an idea what these kind of like greeny, it could be aventurine, but I don't know if it has like brassy flecks. Anyways, I've paired these two together. So this is a really lovely rose quartz, again from Serene Soul Crystals, and this one is a disco quartz. You see how it's got these like amazing flecks, and that is paired with what? Okay, how this is paired with this. I'm gonna try not to like drop so many crystals. So whichever one speaks to you, whichever pair speaks to you, that is for you. So first I'm going to do the people who picked the smoky citrine and this stone, the query stone, we're not quite sure. I'll just leave those like here. Can you see that? I'll just leave them there while we do this reading. Actually, I'm going to put them at the front. You won't be able to see them, but it just helps me kind of vibe with the whole thing. So, okay, I see a long list of astrological cards coming up for you. I feel lots of energies today. Okay, I'm just gonna like put this somewhere. There's not really enough space. I need like 5 tables. 2K, that's like definitely too much. Right, so I'll just show you what I've got. 7th house, what does it say? Partners. Ooh, that's exciting. Capricorn I use, so this is in a vertical line. 1st house of the body. So I'm just entertaining myself. South node, life's debts. Ooh, I see this as kind of like a circular, even though it's set out as a vertical line, I see it as a circular movement. So yeah, I feel like maybe you have created some kind of fusion in your life. I don't know, that might make more sense to you than it does to me. It could be fusing your masculine and your feminine side, because that has been coming up a lot lately in different things I've been doing. So it could be, yeah, the fusion of your inner partners. It could be the fusion of like hobbies or interests, or you know, projects that you have in mind that you haven't been able to marry together, that you are beginning to see that way, or are working towards that, or at least are, you know, you're thinking about that unity coming through. And I think the advice around this is so yes, one, you've fused something together, and this is part of your life's debts. The only reason that you've come to understanding this is because of how much you've suffered as a result of these things not being united, or not progressing towards that ideal for yourself. And the advice from the cards is to make sure that you stay very in tune with your body, so where your feelings come from, and to try to spend more time in that feeling when you feel light. So you know, when you've gotten rid of a burden, or you've, you know, say you feel guilty for something and you like confess, if we're going to be biblical about it, but say you confess to feelings of guilt, and that can be to spirit, to anyone, to yourself, like it doesn't matter, the priest or whatever. You may be the priest of your own salvation, whatever you like, however you want to perceive it, but it's kind of like along those lines. But you answer to yourself, the God within yourself, and you know, confess the guilt or whatever you're holding on to yourself, and in doing that you get rid of it, and then you feel that lightness that comes from that release, and that is the lightness that that spirit right now is trying to get you to become more familiar with, become more comfortable with that feeling of letting go, and allowing, like, realizing that that is the way that you need to push in order to rise and ascend into a higher vibration and maintain that frequency. Because the more you practice like doing these things for yourself, the easier it becomes and the more you can handle at the same time. That's not to say that there will still be no hardship whatsoever, but you know, the possibilities are limitless. So it's all about how you perceive what the struggles are and how you transmute the, you know, denser energies into high energies, because they have to circulate. We're all interconnected. So yeah, there's not really much use in differentiating between what's dark and what's light, what's bad and what's good. 111, I see a lot of spiritual alignment for you. I feel like that makes sense with the alignment of this spread so far. So I've got quite a lot of energy today, and hopefully, okay, yeah, I can go for a bit longer, I think. So let's pull some healing cards for you. I just want to clarify this message. Have I been jabbering on about the right thing, Spirit? Let's see what Spirit has to say. So can you just clarify this message for me, Spirit? Thank you. Thank you. If you make wishes by singing, the angels can hear you better, by the way. Just FYI. Heart opening, focus. Let's have 4 as well. My body is a safe space, regeneration. Okay, that's very much like in line with what we're talking about. So I guess you know, that letting go, that feeling of the release, rhodonite, is very much all to do with your heart and the feelings of love and feeling of openness and like willing to be vulnerable, not out of naivety but out of bravery, out of courage. Rhodonite, I have an amazing pendant, a rhodonite pendant. Someone incredible is going to get that. But mama cacao and rhodonite, these are like deeply stimulating and warming spirits, and they increase your sensitivity, which allows you to integrate different types of energies, and you will feel elevated as a result of the heart opening that you have. So green is a very good color for this. So surround yourself in nature. That's why I have my hands hennaed, just because like it makes me feel really grounded. You know, like the earth, like the soil is in my hands, and your hands are an amazing portal for energy. If you can create sensitivity or heighten your sensitivity, then you start to work with the energetic bodies that are much more what's the word, they're not as easy to feel, so you kind of have to tune into them before you start feeling them. But once you start kind of picking up on it, you know, the most difficult part is like getting to the point where you start actually sensing something. But once you get there, then, you know, the learning curve is quick. So yeah, heart opening, that's where the unification is going to come from. It's asking you to focus. Like, I think that's the encouraging you to really look inside and be willing to point out what it is in your emotions that you don't really want to like latch onto, that you don't want to like look at for very long or look at all. But yeah, I think these are very much the crystals that align with this are very much in tune with helping you get through that. So if you want to get yourself a smoky citrine, then by all means go ahead. You can charge them in the full moon, you can charge them with an intent. So if you place a crystal on your left hand, and then you place your right hand over, so this is like to do the combination of giving and receiving. So gesturally it like makes sense when you're placing an intention to it that you're both giving and receiving it. So you can like meditate into the crystal. So you can imagine energy coming from your heart center and traveling down into the stone, charging it from the bottom upwards. And then you can like meditate, take 3 breaths and just say what your intention is. And that crystal will help you with healing what you've specified. The more you specify and the more ritual, like the more thought and ritual you put behind these things, the more effective the magic is in practice. Sorry, the smoke is like making my nose a bit funny. But yes, okay, so for example, with the intent, you could say like, I charge this crystal with clarity, and so it should help you bring that. The key with stating things or spellbinding through speech is to be concise, and you can keep it very general as well. General works better, in my opinion, just because you allow the possibilities to for the clarity to arrive in many different forms, and they may not be forms that you would have thought of yourself. So keeping it general allows you to work with spirit a lot better, but of course it also means that you need to be open to things being more, like, for there to be more of a wider range and a wider experience in life. So yeah, focus into those areas, gain clarity there, and reassure yourself by telling yourself that your body is a safe space. You know, you don't poison your own body. I know we all do it, but you know, I'm encouraging you to take care of it and appreciate it, and you can do that by cherishing it in every way that you can. You know, everything from how you eat, to how you move, to how you dress, to how you just, you know, appreciate like what you are. Then the more you can like feel into your body and feel safe with yourself, it will also repel like other people who are not on the same vibe as you away from you. So spiritual protection above physical protection, guys. So don't worry, just your body is your temple, it's your safe space, and no one can tell you what to do. Regeneration, so shamanic wisdom, acceleration, change. If you really take heed of these messages, then you will experience a large regeneration, a large upcycling in your life, and that is where the life's debts comes in. And maybe, you know, where a real life partner comes in, maybe you're already partnered up, but at least some kind of unification. So if you're already partners up, maybe you will reach a new level together, you will feel even more intimate, or maybe it's something that's going through a difficult time at the moment, and this is encouraging that, you know, change can happen. It is a matter of perspective and facilitating unification, so working together, not just with yourself and your body, although a lot of this does seem to indicate it's rooted in your body. But yeah, like, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on to the next reading because I feel like that was it for you guys. So let's just reshuffle these ginormous cards again. Breathe a little, catch my breath. I am keeping up with the speed today though. Sometimes like I try to go faster than I can. Honestly, it's just kind of tiring. I mean, I do that. I've done that quite a lot. But yeah, everyone has. It's quite hard not to do that because the modern age is just like mad fast. And I really enjoy it. I love moving at speed. But at the same time, like, you've got to manage the balance just right so that, you know, you're keeping up with the time all the time, rather than sort of like jumping around, bit in the past, bit in the future, bit now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. This is how Camilla speaks to herself when she's all alone and insane. Okay. I love like that coffee is like so good. Right, who are we moving on to next? Can you tell I have a lot of energy today? We are going to the smoky quartz and the disco quartz. Okay, so I definitely feel some like fun vibes. Is it like a weird, it's kind of like serious and fun at the same time. I don't really know if that makes sense. Maybe you're going to be venturing. I feel like this is like career project-y vibes, that you're going to be venturing into a place where you're starting to do like what you love in a serious way. So that's exciting. Let's see what the cards say. Can you tell me what the story is for this people's? With friends. With friends. Little Ellie, I'm just checking on Ellie's cat. Right, I'm just gonna shuffle one more time. Okay, I see a triangle for you guys. You don't know what's happening. I feel like dense energy. I don't want that to sound bad. Oh, this is really interesting. Don't want to do this. Okay, this is a really interesting breed. Just give me uno momentos. Such a weirdo. Okay. What should be between these players, Spirit? What does it mean? Give me more. Okay, I think these are like all around. Okay. Wait. This reading is dramatic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting like so much energy though, like very intense. So the vibe was like serious and playful. Now it's like very light. Like I have a lot of energy out of nowhere, which I'm definitely not opposed to. Okay, can you clarify the core message here? Okay. Okay, can we have like one more just to like double, triple clarify? I'm just excited. Okay, interesting. This might be for my femmes out there. Okay, I don't know. I'm like confused now. Wait. I'm just gonna set this to the side, the last card that I picked up, because I feel like it's relevant, but not right now. So we'll see what happens. There's like a lot going on here. I'll try and explain it, I guess. Let me just look at stuff. Okay, we'll do that one like afterwards. Okay, so first I've laid out a triangle just like this. At the top of the triangle we have the Hanged Man. So this was the starting card, and I feel like it kind of, I feel like there's alternate routes here. So I feel like this is the end point. So we've got these sort of like that. I think someone is coming for an offering. I've said this a few times already before, but like someone is coming for an offering. There is a stalemate. I feel like this is a divine masculine, divine feminine message. So I feel like this is centered around divine masculine. So this is both for you, whether you are divine masculine or divine feminine. Like you can see both messages and it's relevant to both of you to know about each other. But there's some kind of offering that needs to be made, or some kind of decision that needs to be made. I've said this before in a previous reading, but this is very, very clear. There are two alternate routes. If you choose to stagnate, you will never feel comfortable in yourself. You will never be able to grab hold of your innermost feelings and use them to your advantage. Like there's a reason why they exist, okay? The reason why you feel so powerfully is because you have that amount of momentum to create whatever you want, your true desires. But you have to recognize that these are your feelings, you have to have the strength. So these are all reversed. I think this is like quite relevant. So it's reversed like this. So we have like the King of Cups reversed, and we have Strength reversed, and we have 2 of Pentacles reversed. So this is all showing like severe stagnation, severe inability to face up to things and have the courage to own the emotions that you have. Like, I'm not like worried, because I just feel like you're gonna get over this, but I'm also like that there's like time is being wasted. Time is being wasted, and time is of the essence. Okay, so the offering comes back and forwards, right? So whatever offering you make to the universe makes back to you. That's collaboration, you know. That's how you walk along hand in hand and reap the rewards in a most beneficial way. Okay, so that is like one route. You can stay there or you can move on. That is your choice, but the encouragement is to slay yourself, renew yourself, become the phoenix who rises from the ashes. Let death take that old version of yourself that you don't need anymore, and just do away with it. Just, it's really just a decision. Everything can happen in an instant, but you have to commit to that decision. And you may find yourself, you know, swaying from that commitment, especially when you first make it, if it's something that is a weakness that you find difficult to commit to. But with practice comes perfection, and you will get there, but you must practice letting go. 8 of Swords, you will gain clarity through this, through the resurrection, especially in the matter of decision making. So swords are all to do with your mind. I always say mind matters, but you know, this is seeing the crossroads of many different, that's kind of what the symbolism is. It's like, you know, you no longer see with such a narrow perspective. You're able to see where multiple things come up to a cross and pick a path that intersects all of those things. So allowing the death to occur, allowing your feelings to be recognized in your own way, is really what leads to the sun. Like, the message is so clear. Like, divine masculine, or if you're divine feminine watching this, like, this is what's going on in divine masculine. But you know, let's just hope he picks the sun, because the sun is cool. That's all I have to say. Like, who doesn't think the sun is cool? It's a giant burning ball of fire that's just like overwhelmingly powerful in such a beautiful way. Okay, and then we had some clarifying messages. So interestingly, we have the Hanged Man again from my other tarot deck. So first I pulled the Ace of Pentacles. So this really says like coming to peace with yourself. So this is for divine masculine still. So making sure that you give yourself the space and the permission to be okay with yourself, be at peace with yourself. Like, want that for yourself, because you should. King of Cups, stop feeling sorry for yourself in this case. Okay, so again, yeah, you've sacrificed. Okay, I'm not trying to like belittle the amount that you've been through or the amount that you have worked to be where you are, but all of that negativity is holding you down. It is a burden. Like, oh, that's the wrong card. It's a burden. Stop making it like the center of attention. It doesn't need to be the center of attention anymore. You address it by looking at it. You've addressed it. Now let go of it. And we've got the Hanged Man again. So like, we started off on the Hanged Man, and this again is saying, look, like, just go out into the unknown. Like, stop, let things go. That, like, I've talked about this before, but the Hanged Man is in surrender to the forces, and he's calm about it. He has a cage on his head, but he also has a key in his hand. So it's the reality of things being an illusion, and coming to terms with that and finding your own way out of it. You find your own meaning, you find your own life, you create your own manifestation. And then the main thing that, again, like, is in line with the sun, the core message is this expansion. but the expansion cannot be happening without the letting go of the old, of the death. Let go, let the release, let the surrender happen. That will give you like the ascension energy that you need to like go. Like, I see a very bright future. Get activations, initiation, ancient Egypt. And I have a lot of energy through this reading. I don't feel out of breath at all. So that's divine masculine's message there. I'm going to leave it just to make sure, like, you know, you got what I was saying. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick 30-30, 3-3. So earthy vibes, womb healing. I don't know what to do. Just bear with me 1 second. 1:30. I'm hearing DNA for some reason. Weird. I'm getting like child vibes. That's so random. Okay. This is rhodonite, by the way. This is rhodonite crystal egg. I've got another one. This one's very beautiful as well. You see this slightly different, but I picked this one out just now. So this is like, this card is on garnet, womb healing, sexual power, sovereignty. I see like a child, because I got the message DNA child, which is weird. So let me like ask the cards, can you give me some clarity about this like womb healing thing? Divine feminine message. I am. Whoa, okay, I get like very, let me just see. Okay. Okay, wait, I need more cards. I need more cards. Dun, dun, dun. Just bear with me, okay? I feel very smooth, very abundant time for you, calming divine feminine. You are like slaying this. Okay, I think this is what this womb healing is about. It might be your inner child, it might be a real life child, but some kind of connection to child, and it can apply to anyone. So it's definitely young. The energy is definitely young. It's smooth, it's young. I don't really know if that makes sense, but I've pulled I am, Aries, I am, abundance, Jupiter, which is again expansion. That was in line with the, I put it away now I think, but the last like healing card that I pulled for like the core message for the divine masculine was expansion, which I think is very much in line with this, the center point of the 3 astrology cards I've picked for you. So this is owning, so second house owning I am, owning abundance. That's your message. You need to own abundance. Just like keep being so strong in yourself. Like this is a test. It's always a test. I know that sounds kind of freaky, but it's just things that you signed up for. Just FYI, like everything you've gone through, everything you're going through, it's a soul contract that you signed a long time ago, before the existence of time. Do I need one more? Yes. Amazing. Yes, the message, just to like mega confirm, is getting this balance right of, again, like this card is upside down, so it was six of swords, is that? No, wands. I think it's swords. Wait, let me just like double check. Fuck, I just dropped all my cards. Ignore me. Okay, so that is swords. Yeah, so 6 of swords reversed. So I think you maybe have been getting in your head a bit too much lately. So you've been feeling that like heaviness that comes with overthinking, that comes with worrying just about stuff. Like people who are very high in feminine energy have a tendency to overanalyze, overthink, consider many perspectives to the point of pathology. Obviously that's a fine line. I don't really consider anything pathological per se, but you've got to be careful. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this is just like really coming to terms with those facts. Like instead of like mulling things over too much when you end up just wasting time, really try to like pick one idea and stick with that. And this is again like really encouraging with the astrology cards underneath, saying like Aries, I am like Aries, the headstrong. Like if you think of the goats, or like any horned animals, like just imagine how much like neck and head strength you need to like physically lift up massive weight like on your forehead, and then they fight like rams, they fight with their horns. Like that's insane. Like no wonder the bigger the horns, like the more strength you have. So it's a great symbol of fertility. But yeah, this is like saying try to rest more into your like I amness, own it, have the abundance that you deserve. Okay, like you're not thinking things funny, you're right. You're right, so just believe it and go for it. This is what the Chariot is about. Move forward in that progression of knowing who you are, feeling comfortable in yourself. You will create magic from that. This is the Magician, someone who knows how to balance the dark and the light, to play with all of it. Okay, because if you only pick the light side, then you only have the light, you only access the light. If you have access to the dark side as well, then you can use the dark and the light and merge them together in the most beautiful way. 6 of Swords. Yeah, I already talked about that. Yeah, that's it. That's the Divine Feminine message. I hope that makes sense. Gonna have to like pick those cards up. Just give me like one moment. Have a little like meditation or whatever. Idiot sometimes. Or at least my cards will have a good shuffle. Right. I have returned from my excursion. Okay. Okay. I need to pee. But we're gonna keep going because I need to like get this done. Get this done without rushing though. Do not like rushing. Rushing is such a terrible idea, guys. Like, way to get out of sync like super fast. You got to try and stay in sync as much as possible, because that's when the flow happens. That's when life is easy. None of these misconceptions about like, you know, terrible things. It's all just words, really. Okay, last but not least, these guys, the Amethyst, Rutile, and the Rose Quartz. Honestly, I just cannot get over how stunning these crystals are. I wish you could see the color of it a bit better because it's kind of like washed out on camera, but whatever. Okay, low battery. So okay, I think lots of these Oracle healing cards, I don't feel like tapping the cards so much today. It's kind of strange. I've never done that before. Okay, I see a cross for you guys. This is interesting. I get like quite a diverse message. Wow. Okay, lots of colors, rainbow vibes. Let me just see what this says. Lava stone and red hot poker. My body is a safe space. That came up earlier. Turquoise and forget me not. Balance, cracking open, deep healing, balance and karma. Golden age wisdom, ritual and ceremony. Alchemy of love, psychic gifts. This is somebody that is very in tune with spirit already. Whoever I'm talking to, you guys are I get like a mix of masculine and feminine energy. So this is somebody who's already very like unified, and you maybe you understand what I mean if I say that you have been communicating with your angel spirit guides, because I definitely get like a very angelic aura from this. Like I said, very like rainbow vibes. There's a lot of colors here. They're all talking about becoming more grounded. So I think you're, let me just like pull some tarot cards as well, because that always helps. Okay, so you're somebody that has always followed your heart. You're very good at that. That's really nice. Like it can be a like a sore topic for you, I think, because so these cards are making more sense as like I pull these. So 2 of Cups. We have 2 of Cups. It's reversed, but I'm not seeing it reversed, if that makes sense. Lava Stone, Top Poker, My Body's a Safe Space, and the Empress. So like big feminine energy vibes, but again, this is like a very unified thing. So like you could be a man, you could be a woman, or anything in between, and you know, have a balance of masculine and feminine, and as long as the messages speak to you, then the messages are speaking to you. Yeah, so you haven't really had a problem like following your heart. You've always, at least the desire has always been there. Whether you've actually gone through with it every time, that might be a bit more of a like difficult area, but I think it is a sore spot for you. Maybe it's been a difficult process getting to that point, but you definitely have like a very strong connection with the divine already. That is what I see. The Sun. Again, these are coming up the wrong way around for you, because okay, just trying to understand what this is saying. It's quite a big read. Diamond, Heart Seed, Crystal, Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activation, Lemuria, Priestess, Awakening, Cracking Open, Deep Healing, Balancing Karma, New Spirit Guides, Tree Wisdom, Ritual and Ceremony. I don't know, if you felt like you want to do more magical practice in some kind of way, I suggest you do it. Whatever like you feel called to, whether that's, I don't want to like say stuff and limit what you like find as spiritual, but whatever you feel drawn to, like it can literally be anything from, you know, any type of normal hobby to like any type of properly occulty thing, you know, like it's all magic. So just get really in touch with that thing that you're that brings you a lot of healing, that brings you a lot of balance. That is where you're going to find like strength. You're gonna have this harmonization period, so that's very much like water and earth, like healing vibes, like getting deeply knowing yourself. So I see the progression of like you with your heart, that being a bit of a sore spot, but having come to terms with knowing what you want now, and then finding a way to like exercise that in the physical plane. So on earth, doing what you do, like trying to find that balance a little bit, and that this brings like a really great harmonization for you. The Sun, strength, and this like peace kind of sign, right? So rose quartz, we've literally got rose quartz for you. Alchemy of love, that's where you're going to find the power coming from within. So I see like a really like nice experience for you once you step out into exploring like this area of yourself. And then I think this is gonna like give you the activation that you need for the next phase in your life. We have Labradorite and Blue Lotus Flower, which is like very transformative energy. Wise Sage, awareness, call to action. This is going to lead you down a much bigger path. I think you're going to realize that like you're going to conquer your emotions, and also through that you're going to get some kind of fulfillment, some kind of big fulfillment about what your passions are, where your strength comes from. Like I definitely see like a huge, like, I don't even have the words really to explain it exactly, but underneath it we have the 8 of Pentacles. So I've got King of Cups, I'll show you, King of Cups, 8 of Wands. I saw 4. So full force is behind you. This is 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Magician. So this is like, the Magician is the person who knows how to alchemize. Look at all the elements as well. We have water, fire, earth, and ether, air. So the Magician is the person that knows how to alchemize, how to transform all the energies into a new energy. That is the secret. That is what humans can do better than any other thing here. At least we do it on a conscious level. So the power, our creative power is, you know, in the image of God. We are gods within ourselves. We have to accept that fact, and then you become it, sort of thing. But yeah, self-loathing is not the one. It's not the one. So I think that is the reading. Very abundant time for you guys. There was like, I don't really remember everything that happened, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and thank you for listening. Please support me by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. I also really like interacting with people, so like feedback for me is just like more enjoyable than anything, especially right now, because it's not like I've got a big following or anything like that. I don't really want like fame per se, but I just want, like, you know, to know that I'm reaching people, because this is what I would really like to do with all of my time. So yeah, yes, please follow my Instagram. That is where you can stay most up to date with my stuff. Thanks for listening. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.